Welcome. Today we are talking about the WAP song and the WAP video. Let's get into this video. Okay, it's not that windy out, so I hope you guys can hear me good. I think you guys can hear me well, but welcome. This is my channel. If you're new, I am Leticia De La Rosa. This is Peace, Love, and Letty. Woo, welcome. Ignore the creepy spider alien in the back. He won't be here for long. But anywho, yeah, welcome guys. So clearly we're talking about the WAP song, WAP video, my thoughts on it, why it's such an uproar. I have my notes. Why people are talking about it so much, which is honestly like kind of surprising to me, because this is nothing new. This is nothing new from the music industry, and this is definitely nothing new from Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. But honestly, you might be shocked with what I have to say. So let's do this. First things first, people are bringing up daughters and young women. This is a bad influence on them. Yeah, of course, I don't disagree with you. Yeah, I wouldn't want my little sisters watching it. But the thing that's surprising to me is, what about our sons and our young men? Men rappers and artists in general are constantly talking about toxic things that are huge bad influences to boys that would put them in jail ASAP. Now, I'm not pinning, oh, these people are worse than these people. No, it's not that. Clearly, like, men rappers and artists talk about bad stuff, and women do too. Like, they're not freaking, you know, little saints. But the problem, sorry, you're gonna see me sometimes stutter or whatever, even though people be like, she didn't stutter. I probably did a little bit. But my problem is just the one-sidedness of it. Like, everybody's so used to hearing the toxic crap that men rappers talk about that it just doesn't faze them. And that's my problem. Like, you don't hear uproar at all for these men rapper songs talking about freaking murdering people, robbing people, treating women horribly. Like, I even have quite a few songs because I really like the ratchet old stuff, like Yin Yang Twins and stuff. I try not to listen to it too much, and I'll let you know why later. But I just love the beat, the bounciness. But the stuff they say about women and how they treat them, and saying the most sexual stuff about it. Men are always talking about women doing stuff to them, you know. But when a woman is talking about sex and the stuff she likes, that's a huge issue. But we're so used to men talking about killing and beating up and doing all these just bad things. That's my problem, is the one-sidedness, how everybody is so mad about this. All I'm saying is have that same energy for them too. And next, you need to really put all that energy towards the industries, towards the radio stations, the mainstream media. Not really the radio stations, but the people that push this stuff out, that put it on mainstream media, the radio, for everybody to hear, to make it easy for you to hear these songs and find them. You need to target those companies, those industries, because they have a certain agenda. They're the ones. Have you noticed how most songs, like, you know, they're either objectifying women or, and when I say objectifying, because I feel like some people need to know what that means. Like, it just means like making women just seem like the only thing they're good for is just sex, being sexy, being beautiful, and that's it. Like, we're not human beings, but we have so much to offer. We are human beings. Like, sometimes you have to say that even to men, even to some women, because some women are brainwashed from men. But I'm not here being like, oh, men are evil. Men are beautiful too. I'm here for both sides. But I'm just saying this because it's true. Oh, the industries though. Yeah. So the industries have all this bad stuff that they do. Like, just toxic things, okay? You get what I mean. Just really listen. Like, there are some songs that are positive that do sometimes go on the mainstream media. There are some good ones, but most of them usually don't have the best message. And I noticed that a lot of like artists that do have a great message and positive just messages to give, they're not broadcasters. You don't see them on the radio. You don't see them like in mainstream media, like in the easy places where you find this stuff, right? By the way, if you know any like artists, because I'm trying to look for more too. I have a few, but I'm trying to find more artists that have a positive message, that talk about deep things, just talk about life and how to expand your life and make you happier. I want to hear more artists like that, how to make yourself grow, make more money, find love in yourself. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to make money, guys. This is a part of our reality. They try to teach you that money's evil, but it's a part of this reality. It's what you do with money that makes it evil or good. But anyway, we're not talking about money. There'll be a video about that one day. But yeah, the industries, man, be mad at them. They're the ones that be putting this stuff everywhere where your younger sons and daughters can easily watch this stuff. Now I want to go back to this, how I was saying, let me get comfy, how I was talking about, you know, when women talk about sex and the things they like in sex, it's a huge problem. That is one thing that I don't like, that people get so mad about, because society tries to want to put women in a box and make us this modest, which that word is just like, you know, if you like showing your body, this is how I'm dressed right now. I have my belly out, you know, I don't have a bra, but I don't wear a bra. I don't like wearing a bra. Where does it say, and I said this in my last video, in a piece of stone, that women are supposed to wear a bra? Where? Wear a rock. Wear a bra. Tell me where. Okay? I don't want to wear one. But anywho, this doesn't mean that I don't respect myself, that I just let anybody come into my freaking temple, into my territory. That doesn't mean that I don't, you know, have manners in this and that. I just like dressing this way. I'm comfortable in my body. I love my body. I take care of my body. Why? How I show it, how I talk about sex has anything to do with my self-worth. But when a man does it, he gets praise, which guys hear this all the time. They're just like, oh, another girl talking about how she just wants to talk about sex and stuff like us. No, it's just not going to be like that. Men can be like this, women can't. No, if you're one of those guys, get it together. But yeah, women like sex too. It shouldn't be a thing that women can't talk about sex. And this is connected to the song because everybody has such a problem with the song. But honestly, I don't. I honestly like the song. I don't know if that freaking rubs you guys the wrong way, but it's a freaking fun song. Like, I already told you I'd be liking ratchet stuff like Yin Yang Twins. But I even like heard it a few times to make sure that, you know, I'm not saying anything crazy, but they're just mostly talking about sex and what they like in sex. Even if it's dirty sex, what's wrong with that? Dirty sex. It's so weird. Like, it doesn't matter if you have your sex in the vanilla way or in the dirty, freaky, crazy way, like how they talk in the song. Like, why does that matter? Why can't women talk about sex? Like, yeah, I wouldn't put it on mainstream media where kids can easily watch it, but women should be able to talk about sex too. Why can't we? Like, and then sex is a natural thing. First of all, why is sex, why is sex such a taboo, forbidden thing to talk about too? Even though, like, it's becoming more the rage on social media, you know, people are showing more. Of course, I don't think that's a problem, but I do noticing, like, when I was little, like, showing your belly, like that was just crazy. But now you see, like, 8-year-olds, like, showing their belly and stuff, and, like, I don't know, I still am thinking what I think about that, because they're young, but anywho, that's another thing. But why are we, like, when somebody talks about sex, we have to be like, you know? I already said what I said about women, and it's not fair that we can't, you know, talk about our sexuality, what we like, what we're comfortable with. Like, I like sex. Like, I bet you like sex too. Like, why can't somebody sing about it? Be okay. Sex is a normal, natural thing. Just like, this might sound off topic, but it's connected. Like a women's period. I remember in school, we went to the auditorium. They sent all the girls there, and they were having a presentation about our periods. In the end, they gave us a box, and there was like tampons, pads, information about your period, whatever. But the thing I remember is that it was wrapped in a blue wrapper, and it was because they didn't want the boys to know what happened or to see what happened. Now, I think that is ridiculous. Like, men should know about it too. It's a natural thing. Now you have women, like, always scared to show their tampon and stuff. Like, even I still notice myself, like, hiding it, like, oh my god, I don't want, like, it's a normal, natural thing. Men should learn about it just the same as women, because it's biology. We're learning about it. Like, just like we should know about, you know, women have boobs and a vagina, man has their pecs and a penis and whatever. We're just talking about everything. But, like, that's a normal, natural thing. See, even the fact that I feel like, oh my god, I'm probably saying too much. We see it in the mirror. We know that we have it. Why is it so crazy? Like, of course there's balance to everything. Of course we're not going to be like sex everywhere, body, but it just shouldn't be such a crazy thing. It shouldn't. It should be natural. And if we did talk about it more, people would feel more comfortable and would be more safe and would know a lot more information about it. But yeah, just like a woman's period is natural, sex is natural. That's why I'm bringing it up. Both things shouldn't be some, like, weird thing that we need to, like, be careful talking about and hide. If everybody knows that we're doing it or we have it, like our period, you know? Now, I said what I said.
I said what I said. Oh.
I said what I said before about you would, if we talked about sex more and it wasn't such a weird thing, like a weird topic, people would be safer and know about it more. And I say this because a lot of parents, even like older, you know, just grown-ups, because it's a weird thing, are uncomfortable to talk to their kids about it. Some of them never get spoken to about it, have the talk. Some girls don't even know about their period until it happens to them, or they hear it on TV, like never had a parent talk to them about it. That's the kind of stuff that is very alarming, and that's why I think it should not be such a forbidden, weird thing. I don't even know what to call it, the subject, like, you know, like taboo. Let's look up the definition for taboo. I hope taboo fits this, what I'm trying to say about this. But let me get myself together. The sun is just gleaming on me. Sorry. Let me stay on subject. But yeah, it's not okay, and we have these parents that are scared to talk to their kids, so these kids don't know about sex. And first let me talk about consent, and then I'll talk about little kids. But so here we are having, let's say, women or men too. There's girls that don't know about consent, and they just, since they've never been talked to about sex or any of that, and they maybe have an idea because of the media, but they don't have like clear knowledge about it. If they have a boyfriend and they don't feel comfortable having sex, but their boyfriend wants to have sex, they're just like, some of them are just like, oh, well, we like each other, so that means I have to do it because we like each other, right? So so they go do it even though they're not comfortable with it. Like, there's so many girls that never were taught about consent, so they just think like, oh, I'm just supposed to do it. Oh, if this guy likes me, like, some of you guys might think like, oh, that just sounds stupid, but it's the truth. If you never were, like, it's just like a word you never heard of. Some people will be like, you never heard of that word? And you're just like, no, I never did. Like, I can't help if I never heard about something. And even as something as small as a word or something as big as sex and consent, it's the same thing. And that's why it shouldn't be such a forbidden, weird, taboo thing, because here we are, people having young people or even just grown-ups that still don't know about how to take care of themselves because sex is such a weird subject. So you have parents that feel uncomfortable talking to their kids about sex. If you don't know, kids, they start feeling things at a young age. That's why you see, you know, sometimes these things that kids getting pregnant at a young age, or this and that. They just feel stuff, and if they're not talked to about it at a young age, that's why I think it's important to educate your kids at a young age about sex, because first of all, it's normal, it's natural, it's a part of our life. And I'm not saying just right away, once they start learning words, just tell them stuff, but like gradually tell them. Like my siblings, I actually have a video about my sister. She was telling me what she knows, like about pregnancy at least. So I'll put that up. Boop. How does it get out? How does the baby get out?
From the toto.
Where do you think babies come from?
In my mom's belly.
And how do the babies get into the belly?
That's why a mom eats food.
Eat too much food?
Yeah. And coffee.
Oh yeah. So she knows where a baby comes from, and she knows where it comes out of, but she doesn't know the process of how it happens yet though, and she's only 5. I think it's important. My mom right away, like my little sisters, they already know what a period is. My mom's not over here just saying, just waiting. Like, I don't think you should wait, because you never know. There's like crazy stories out there. If you don't teach your kids, the media will, or their ratchet freaking friends or environment, whatever. Because if they're not in a good environment, like honestly, there's freaking, I don't want to say bad everywhere, but there is, like, you know, there's gonna be some negative energy everywhere. And if you're not giving your kids the proper tools, or the young people, they're just gonna be out here doing whatever. There's just, I don't know, there's a balance to everything. I think we should talk about sex so we can all have an idea about it and be able to protect ourselves. But I wouldn't say like songs like WAP and all that, because there's so many like just songs on the mainstream media that is super overly sexualized, and I don't know, it's just hard, because I don't think there's nothing wrong with being super sexy, but I just wouldn't put it on the mainstream media where anybody.
Hey guys, future editing crazy version me here, but I just wanted to clarify on like why I say I wouldn't have it on mainstream media where kids can watch, because it's just confusing me, because if I say it's a normal, natural thing and it should be okay, wouldn't it be okay if it's on mainstream media? At least that's what I've been thinking editing. But I think I say this because like the way the mainstream media does pump this out, like they always just pump out the rap artists that are women, and just only pump out the overly sexualized ones. Like, and that's why you always hear people, at least I always hear people say, oh, the girl rappers, they only want to talk about getting money, having sex, and this and that. Even though the guy rappers talk about, like, that's all they talk about. But let me not get started. But yeah, like, if you notice, it's like a lot of times the girl rappers that do get super popular or that are pumped out are usually overly sexualized. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be sexy. I like this song. There's nothing wrong with WAP. But the fact that they only want to pump those girls out, it's like they make it only seem like women can really only succeed and be great if they're super sexy and only talking about sex. And I think that's where the toxicness comes from. And maybe if we had a balance and it wasn't like that, and they only wanted to give all the attention to the overly sexually women, which is okay. It doesn't mean they shouldn't get attention, but the fact that it's such an imbalance where they just want to provide that, that's where the objectification comes, because they make women seem like the only thing we're good for is being super sexy and looking cute. And if we can't provide that, then we're nothing. Like, and I might sound dramatic to some people, but that's literally what the media shows. Like, some women don't even get hired if they don't look a certain way. Even if they're presentable and look professional, if they're not wearing a short skirt or doing something a certain way or looking the way that the society expects us to look, or the trained way, like we were trained to like certain features. If you didn't know, like we were. They say like, oh, this looks beautiful, but this doesn't. They always show this certain girl, but usually the European features, and oh, they look so beautiful, and we're literally trained to think that's beautiful. So then when girls see themselves and they're like, oh my god, I don't have that, they're like, what the heck? And just people in general, like, I don't know. That's just a whole nother topic. But what do you guys think? Like, I think it would be okay if they just had a balance, you know? If they didn't just make it only seem like women are only good for just being sexy. Which, lastly, I wanted to say, luckily nowadays, because back in the day when I was younger and a teenager, it was way worse, but luckily we are going through a natural movement. The younger kids are more informed, but like, luckily, even though social media can be toxic, it is very helpful because it's showing these like problems, and people are learning about like these conditionings we have, and people are going through the natural movement and like talking about how we're beautiful the way we are. So just remember, there is good happening. It's not like everything's bad. I just felt like I had to say that. Maybe also I would say I wouldn't put it on mainstream media, because it's maybe because like how they like have movies set up, like there's rated R, there's PG-13, and rated what, G or E, or is that for video games for everybody? Maybe that's why, because it's so overly sexual, and like if you're gradually teaching your kids about sex, you probably wouldn't want that somewhere where they could easily see that or learn about it right there. Because like I said, the media will be teaching your kids if you're not, or their ratchet friends.
Watch it, but I don't think it shouldn't be made. Like I said, everybody likes sex. Like, why not sing about it? It's a natural thing. It's just finding balance and knowing that there's gray areas to everything. Nothing's in black and white. It's not like, oh, if a girl likes talking about sex, she's a hoe. But if she's modern and doesn't show her belly, or freaking, she's a good girl, this and that. No, it's not like that. Because it can be like that, but there's so many things in the middle. You could have a freaking really just mean, crusty, sexualized girl, but she doesn't have sex at all. But then you could have the super modern church girl that is out here doing whatever, you know? Or you could have the girl that likes showing freaking motorcycles. Or you could have the girl that likes showing her belly, is comfortable in her body, talks about sex sometimes with her friends, but being careful of who she lets into her body. Like, because she knows that her body's a temple and she needs to protect it, and she only lets freaking nice people around her and people that love her and treat her well. Just know there isn't freaking black and white. There's gray areas to everything. Find balance. Sex is freaking natural. Look at the industries. They're the ones that's pumping this toxic stuff out. I like the song. I like WAP. WAP is a freaking fun song. It's a sexual song. What's wrong with talking about sex? And I think it's crazy that there's such an uproar about it because men sing about it all the time. But like I said, if you're gonna talk about them, talk about these other songs. But I don't think the song should be deleted or erased. Like, I just think maybe it shouldn't be on the mainstream media where kids could easily find it, and then that's how they learn about sex. Like, you know, there are women rappers that will talk about taking advantage of men and stuff like that, and like, you know, women, they could do whatever they want. Like, and men, people can do whatever they want. I'm not gonna judge them. That's where boundaries come, because I doubt you have anybody in your life that you completely agree with. You agree with everything they say. No, I doubt it. So like, I feel the same about women rappers, like, or men rappers. Like, there's certain things I won't agree on, but if I know they're not like a completely horrible person, I'm still gonna listen to them. Like, I love Megan Thee Stallion. Like, she's just positive vibes, and she's just comfortable with her sexuality and stuff. There's some things that she probably sings about that I don't agree. You know, women rappers will talk about taking advantage of men, which of course men rappers and men in general do that to women, but like I said, I just think of treat others how you want to be treated. But boundaries, yeah, boundaries. And I think one thing I want to say is just be careful of what you listen to. I do have these songs, and some things are toxic that they talk about, and that's why I said in the beginning that I limit how much I listen to it, especially if the message isn't very good. WAP, honestly, is just a sexual song, but sometimes you gotta be careful what kind of frequencies and stuff are in it. Some of you might not know about that, but I'm not even gonna say that, but just be careful. And by the way, to my men and women that are listening, like, just treat each other nice. Don't judge people. Don't treat them like they're not people. People are people, and people are just exploring, doing their thing. We should just all treat each other with love. Treat each other how you want to be treated, and you'll get that good energy back. What you put out there comes back to you, so be careful if you put in some mean, judgmental, effed up energy. We're not perfect, but let's just do our best. I think that's all. That's how I'm gonna end the video. Thank you for watching my crazy all over the place video. I hope you learned some things. Let me know if anything I said resonated with you. Even if not, let me know why, but let me know in a nice way, please. Yeah, just let me know what you think in the comments. Smash that like video if you like this video, and subscribe if you want to see me again, and hit the bell notification to get notified for my new videos. Thank you for watching, guys. This is peace, love, and lucky. Thank you. Bye-bye.